And executive
we're
privilege is a
trying to
valid
derive
excuse
information.
not to answer any
Secretary
question.
President
Remulla.
Duterte is already at the Hague.
Tapos na
We are
ang
asking
boxing.
kung sino nagpadala doon sa kanya.
Sino
Yun ang
nag-order?
tanong
We're
natin.
trying to understand every step of
As
the
I said
way.
earlier, everything was cleared with the DOJ.
We are not bullying you, sir. Ha? We want the truth. Nandun ka. Hindi mo rin alam. Hindi mo pa rin alam na hindi siya dinala sa judicial authority.
Yes, Mr. Senator.
Hindi mo alam.
Yes, Mr. Senator.
So you're lying. You're lying. Madam Chair, I move to set in contempt Ambassador Lacanilaw.
Last chance, hindi mo alam if nilabas sa Villamor si PRRD? Hindi mo alam?
Hindi po, Madam Chair.
Okay, there's a motion to cite you in contempt. I have to affirm.
Mga kabayan, nagkaroon ng matinding sagutan sa Senado kahapon sa pagitan ni Senator Bato de la Rosa, DOJ Secretary Boying Remulla at PNP General Torre III. Ito ay sa gitna ng pag-isa ng mga senador sa mga ahensya ng gobyerno kung sino ang nasa likod ng pagpapasakay sa eroplano kay dating Pangulong Rodrigo Roa Duterte upang dalhin sa Dahig, Netherlands. Paliwanag ni Torres, siya ang nakatanggap ng arrest order mula sa chief ng PNP.
The order that I received from the Chief of the Philippine National Police is to serve the warrant and ensure his delivery to the 250th Wing, to the team that will deliver him to The Hague.
Pero nalabuan dyan si Senator Bato.
Considering that I have a team
You
of
are the
PG
one
there.
there. Wala si SOG doon. Ikaw ang nagkarga sa kanya sa aeroplano. Kaya tinatanong kita, who gave you the order?
Sir, I take my orders from the Chief of the Philippine National Police.
Pero nang si PNP Chief Marvel na ang tanungin, ininbok niya ang executive privilege, bagay na nagpainit sa ulo ng mga senador, lalo na si Senator Bato de la Rosa.
So, General Marvel, are you lying?
Sir, I'm not lying, but I just want to have the executive privilege po regarding this matter. This
Ay, nandito na tayo eh. Executive privilege ka dyan.
Dahil sa matinding sagutan, agad naman na umagaw na eksena si DOJ Secretary Boying Remulla. Ayon kay Remulla, kaya raw ayaw nilang umaten sa pangalawang pagdinig ay dahil inaasahan na nila ang pangbubuli sa kanila ng mga senador.
That's why we didn't want to attend the last hearing because this is what we were expecting, ma'am. We didn't want to be bullied into a
No,
position.
we're not bullying you, sir.
Nobody's bullying
We're not
I
bullying
think
you,
that
sir.
Giit pa ni Remulla,
you're trying to make people admit something that they will not admit.
Ayon sa mga senador, bakit biglaan ang pagsakay sa eroplano kay PRRD at agad na ipinadala sa ICC na hindi man lang dumaan sa ating Korte Suprema? Bagay na ito ang tamang proseso sa isang akusado at inaarestong tao.
Wala mo sinabi dito surrender. Extradition lang.
pero ayon kay Remulla, hindi raw yan uubra dahil hindi na miyembro ng ICC ang Pilipinas.
Kung miyembro po tayo ng ICC, nakakatulong sana kay President Duterte na hindi po siya ililipad. Siya po yung mismo nag-atras ng ating membership eh.
Kung ganyan, ayon sa ilang senador, dapat daw mas hindi sinorender si Duterte sa Dahig at ikinulong na lang sa lokal na korte.
Yun ang best judgment namin. Yun po ang tingin namin na mabuti po sa ating bansa.
If we don't have a treaty, then we cannot surrender the suspect to the ICC under this section, because this section requires that the surrender be pursuant to a treaty.
Ano ang masasabi mo dito, kabayan? Dahil sa pag-isa sa mga mastermind na opisyal ng pamahalaan at nasa likod ng pagpapaaresto kay dating Pangulong Duterte, may mapaparusahan kaya at may mananagot kaya sa mga paglabag sa karapatan ng dating Pangulo? Sama-sama nating panuorin ang buong video at pakicomment nyo po ang inyong mga reaksyon at sariling opinyon. Pero bago yan, sa mga hindi pa po nakasubscribe sa ating channel na Kabayan News PH, pakipindot po ang subscribe button at pakiclick na rin ang notification bell para lagi kayong updated sa mga bagong upload natin na legit at napapanahong balita. Maraming pong salamat.
Ayon pa sa ilang eksperto, ang hindi pagdaan sa lokal na korte bago isinorender si dating Pangulong Duterte sa Dahig ay maaring tignan bilang violation o paglabag sa ating sariling konstitusyon. Maituturing daw kasi ang extrajudicial rendition, bagay na kailangang resolbahin ng Korte Suprema.
Yes, General Torre. Bakit siya kinaladkad? Hindi namin maintindihan.
As Attorney Delgado himself admitted, sinasabi niya may medical emergency, may mga opinion ng doctors niya, which is contrary to the opinion of our doctors. And I think we can put that to rest already na walang medical emergency because the president himself, before he landed on the plane, made a video, sent to her daughter, posted on the internet, saying that he's okay. So, I think talagang ngayon,
Hindi ang
nasubstantiate
pasyente
natin,
nagsasabi noon, ang doktor po.
nasubstantiate-
Na personal choice, by the way.
nasubstantiate
Hindi
natin,
yung,
ma'am,
army doctor.
nawala nga talagang medical emergency. And
Balik
you have the
tayo kay
hindsight
Attorney
of a
Delgra.
2020 vision, 2020.
Okay lang yung collateral damage, yung mga katabi ni Presidente Duterte. Okay lang na saktan, arestuhin, na walang kasalanan yung mga katabi at nandyan para lang sumuko si PRRD.
Ma'am, I do believe that everything that I did during the time are all within the ambit of the law. Kung ngayon, kung may mga taong gusto magreklamo at ireklamo ako, I can answer them on the proper forum if they file the appropriate charges in court. Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, Attorney Delgra, did you think you were going to be the next to be arrested? Ang sinabi
Yes,
ninyo
Madam
kasi
Chair. After,
ang sinabi ni General Torre nung nakaraang hearing, nung first hearing, you are going to arrest Attorney Delgra. Tama po?
After I arrested A.S. Mijaldea, ma'am, when I came back to the room, I told him, you're the next. So he stepped out and then left PRRD and PRRD said, let's go.
Tinakot mo na, bakit hindi mo inaresto si Attorney Delgra?
He already stopped preventing me from doing my job. So umalis na siya.
How was
There's no
he
need for me.
preventing you? Hindi namin makita sa video, Attorney Delgra. You stopped preventing him. What exactly were you doing that prevented him?
Perhaps if I may recall, just a few minutes before that, Madam Chair, sinabi ni General Torre na inaresto niya na si E.S. Mijaldea at ako na yung susunod. Sa totoo lang, pagkatapos niya, and then eventually, 5 minutes thereafter, sumunod na si former President. And which is not true. Kasi pagkatapos nung umalis na si E.S. Mijaldea, nagbanta pa si General Torre na hihilain ko yan. I was still there beside the President. And actually, I did not left the side of the President. I was pulled out by one of the PNP personnel away from the President. And that's shortly thereafter, few seconds thereafter, they were able to secure the body of the former President. Andun na, maraming mga PNP na who surrounded the former president. And that was when I realized that they were able to secure the former president. And I realized then that he would now be brought to The Hague, as what General Torre has been telling us throughout the day that he will do it.
So, obstruction of justice ang sinasabi ninyo tungkol kay Attorney Delgra at kay E.S. Mijaldea, pero hindi na inaresto si Attorney Delgra. Tama po ba? Kasi sumakay na si PRRD sa eroplano.
Yes, ma'am.
Kung tutuusin, hindi na kailangan magbuhat ng kamay, magkaladkad, hilain. Kasi sumama naman pala eh.
After I made it very, very clear that the escalation of yung aking pag-i-insist na sumunod sila sa aking sinasabi na sumakay si Presidente sa aeroplano, ay talagang nakita nilang desidido at determinado tayo doon. So, in
Desidido
fairness
kayo
naman,
hanggang sa nananakot kayo, nagbabanta kayo, nanghihila na kayo, physical na yung hawak ninyo.
for whatever it's worth, ma'am, wala namang umabot. And I would like to give credit to Attorney Delgra and to the former President na hindi na umabot sa ganong level sapagkat sila naman ay sumunod na, si former President ay sumunod na at sumakay sa aeroplano after all those things happened.
Pero napakaliwanag sa ating revised penal code, sa obstruction of justice, napakaliwanag rin sa manual ng PNP na dapat walang force, violence, threat, intimidation, or other means to vitiate the free will of the arrested person. So, bawal pa rin yun, di ba, sa manual ninyo? Bawal talaga yung paggagamit ng dahas, pananakot, pambabanta. Bawal yun eh.
Ma'am, the word there is reasonable force. Ang bottom line ng context ng lahat ng yan ay reasonable force. Kaya
But
nga,
it's reasonable Was it reasonable given that Attorney Delgra was just sitting there and saying that Article 59 should apply? Bawal ba magsalita?
Tapos na yung panahon na yun, ma'am, ng pag-argumento. Sinabi ko rin sa kanila dyan, ma'am, kung hindi nila sinabi dyan sa...
Yun ang nagbigay ng
sa-
taning. Ba't nagmamadali?
sa mga video na
Palagay ko
gabing-gabi na
ang
yan,
mga
ma'am, no?
karapatan walang taning.
Ang sabi ko nga dyan, ma'am, is, again, I will reiterate it to this forum, hindi ito ang lugar para tayo makipag-argumento sa batas. Ito ay panahon na ini-implement namin ang warrant at dapat sumakay na si PRRD sa eroplano. Kung may
Paano
reklamo kayo, asuntuhin nyo na lang kami. And again, I would like to reiterate that standpoint na I do believe personally that everything that I did was within the ambit of the law, and kung may magreklamo man, kung may mga tao mga nasaktan, they are always welcome to file the appropriate charges in the proper forum, and so that we can
Sa
discuss
anumang
about it.
pamamaraan,
We
basta
can-
maaresto mo. Parang ganun ang sinasabi
As long as
ko,
there
no?
is reasonable force, we use reasonable force. And yun nga ang sinasabi namin kung andito si Senator Bato, alam na alam yan, lecture yan ang force continuum. Yun ang basically force continuum is the one that mandates yung
Yung force continuum mo, palapad ng palawak. Sabi ko, di ba sabi mo, ang mission mo, arestuhin lang ang dating Pangulo. Bakit pati si E.S. Medialdea, si Attorney Delgra, hindi naman bahagi ng mission mo yon? Di ba escalation na to ng mission? Lumawak na lang ng lumawak. Pati yung iba, dinamay-damay na wala namang kinalaman doon. Inaresto na, kinaladkad na, tinakot na. Tama ba yun?
nakita nyo naman, ma'am, si Attorney Delgra pa lang hinawakan ko, bigla lang pumasok na si Kitty. Lalo na siguro pag andyan sila at pinatayo na ang presidente at dalhin
Ako
na sa
naman,
plane.
General, sasabihin nyo sa akin, takot ka sa babae.
Escalation of force lang, ma'am, ang tama lang namin. Tama
Kahit
lang
sa
na
babae?
yung appropriate force lang. Yung appropriate force lang. O
Hindi
delikado nga,
naman si
ma'am.
PRRD yan Hindi naman yan ang mission order mo. Ang mission order mo si PRRD, hindi lahat ng kalakip na at kalapit niya.
Anyway, ma'am, as I said, we'll just, kung may mga gusto magreklamo doon na sa tingin nila ay nalabag ang kanilang mga karapatang pantao, we committed mistakes, let's...
May edad na rin si Attorney Delgra. May sakit si E.S. Medialdea. Tignan mo naman yung nakaharap sa kanila. Kaya ba nilang pigilan kayong mga pulis na arestuhin si PRRD kung ninais ninyo? Tignan naman ninyo yung itsura.
Yes.
Di ba, libo-libo yan Ang pinagmalaki pa, 7,000 ang handa.
Yes, ma'am. Actually, they were successful in preventing us from taking custody of the president for 10 hours. Nung in-escalate na lang namin at inalis na namin sila sa scene, saka pa lang namin nagawa ang aming mission.
Pinagbawalan kami mag-contempt at sinabihan kami na wag na lang. Kaya hahayaan ko na lang, kahit labo-labo yung kwento po ninyo, magtiisan po tayo, pero hindi talaga ako natutuwa dahil hindi nagsasabi ng totoo at iba-iba yung sagot. Napakahirap ng ganito. Dumating nga kayo. Hindi naman pala handa magsabi ng katotohanan.
That was the reason why
Hindi namin maintindihan kasi March 12 na umaksyon yung DOJ samantalang sinasabi ni Secretary Remulla kanina na siya nag-order. Paano nagkaganon? Yung order nahuli pa sa March 12. Yung aresto March 11.
Let me clarify, Madam Chair. The certification is supposed to certify to the fact that the former president was arrested, and his date of arrest was on March 11, 2025. Now, erroneously, it was indicated there as March 12, 2025. The certification that we will be presenting to you later was prepared in the afternoon of March 12 to certify and attest to the fact that the former president had in fact been arrested on March 11, 2025. And this was sent to Ambassador Lacanilao for the purpose of him presenting it when the president reached The Hague.
Okay, we've read the...
Para po makumpleto po or to, how would I say it, to cover all bases that all the requirements that were needed were actually complied with.
Yung pala mismo yung ating prosecutor, sinasabi yung Article 59 will apply. Bakit dinisregard ninyo, General Torre, nung isinisigaw ni Attorney Delgra yung Article 59? parang sinabi ninyo na it does not apply, tuloy-tuloy pa rin kayo at binaliwala ninyo yung pakiusap niya, yung Article 59.
Ma'am, I always refer the legal issues to the DOJ.
No, nandun ka na eh. Andun na si Attorney Delgra, nakikisuyo na yung Article 59 will apply. Ibig sabihin, magkaroon ng counsel, dalhin sa korte na Pilipino, at yung iba pang mga patakaran na nakasaad dun sa Article 59. Eh sinasabi na nga nung abogado, sinabi pati ng DOJ ngayon, eh bakit binaliwala mo?
That is something that I cannot decide on at that time, ma'am, and the DOJ is there. I refer everything to them. I defer to their legal opinion, and the order has not changed. The order is still bring the president to the plane that will bring him to The Hague.
So yung Article 59, hindi ninyo alam yon. Sa madaling sabi.
I know that it is a legal question, ma'am. That's why I refer it to the DOJ. That's something that I will not decide upon.
I don't see you referring to anyone. Nakita ko talagang sabi nga ninyo, diskarte na ninyo yon kasi nandun ka, ikaw yung lead officer. Eh di dapat desisyonan mo na. Eh wala ka namang sinasabi doon na talagang i-refer mo na natin sa DOJ. Hindi ka naman huminto ng ganon. Basta tuloy-tuloy ka lang. Parang binaliwala mo nga yung sabing Article 59. Bakit ganon?
There's no change in order at that time, ma'am. So the mission is still the same. Bring the president to The Hague through
Madam
that
Chair.
plane.
Yes, Senator Bato, please.
He has been telling all the time, telling this committee that the order did not change. Kaya nga, pinaklaro ko dito, yung order na yan, galing kay Chief PNP. No? Nadalhin talaga siya sa dahig. Did it ever cross your mind na mag-isip-isip ka? Itong order na ito, legal ba ito? Am I not violating any provision of the Constitution, yung ginagawa kong ito? Kung sinusunod ko itong order na ito? Hindi mo naisip
Since
yan?
the time up to this point, sir, that question never crossed my mind that this could be illegal. First and foremost, the DOJ team is with me. The Prosecutor General is with me. The Chief of the Philippine National Police is with me. So I don't think there's any reason for me to have any doubt on the legality of the order.
How about yung violation sa Bill of Rights na ginawa ninyo?
Again, sir, the DOJ is with me, the Chief PNP is with me, so I really don't have any reason to believe on or question the legality of the order, sir. So I do believe up to this point, since we started this operation, that everything that we did is within the bounds of the law.
Naku, General Torre, dinig na dinig namin, paulit-ulit si Attorney Delgra, Article 59. At nalilito kami, ba't hindi mo tinawagan yung DOJ? Teka, may Article 59 na sinasabi. Abogado ka ba?
Ma'am, speaking of the DOJ, Attorney Fadulion, the Prosecutor General, was there.
Nandun kayo at sinagot ninyo yung sinisigaw ni Attorney Delgra na Article 59 ng Rome Statute po.
We were there, Madam Chair, and we heard everything. Pero if I may be allowed po to put things in proper context, kasi yung tinitingnan po nating video is just a portion or a snippet of what actually happened.
Tagal na po namin iniintay yung buo, pero wala namang ibinibigay.
Ma'am, hindi po. Maari po siguro nating hingin yan dun sa mga kapulisan because meron naman po sila mga body-worn cameras the whole time that the incident...
Matagal na po namin iniintay at hinihingi.
At any rate po, ma'am, if I may, yun nga po, yung nakikita po nating video at ang ipinapakita po ay isang portion lamang po nung nangyari nung buong araw na yon. Now, yung sinasabi po ninyo na if si General Torre exerted unreasonable force, it was not, if you look at that video on its face, kung yun lamang po, it would appear that way. But if you look at how it escalated from the time that they were brought there up until the time that the arrest was effected, you will understand, or we will all begin to understand what it is that actually transpired. Hindi naman po yan sabihin natin na pagpasok po o tuwing pumapasok si General Torre, namimwersa o nananakot o nagbabanta. marami pong beses at saksi ho kami doon sa pangapakiusap at pagpapasensya ni General Torre the entire time that the warrant was being effected.
Sinasabi po ninyo, Prosecutor Fadulyon, naubos na yung pasensya, kaya wala ng karapatan.
Hindi ko po sinasabing naubos yung pasensya. At
Parang
wala po
ganun kasi sabi, gabi na eh. Ang tagal na eh.
Yun ho yung perspective ni General Torre. Pero sinasabi ko po, from an observer's point of view who was there, yung proseso po ay sinunod at mahaba hong panahon ang pinadaan bago po tayo dumating dun sa punto na kinailangan ng gawin ni General Torre na siguro pagsabihan at nung hindi sumunod ay pinusasan si former E.S. Medialdea at para lamang po maihiwalay sila kay former President Duterte na yun ang kanila pong gustong makuha. Kasi po, hindi po nakikita ron na sinasabi natin, tumayo lamang naman, naglagay lang naman ng upuan. Hindi po ganun ang nangyari.
Yun ang nakikita sa video eh.
Exactly,
Wala
ma'am.
namang ginamit na dahas, wala namang sigawan, wala namang pagbabanta.
Yes, but
Hindi naman tumulak.
prior to that, Madam Chair, there were instances when the things that sina General Torre wanted to do were being impeded. So, I would understand also from the perspective of General Torre, he had a mission that he had to implement and accomplish. He could not do it because of the so many dilatory tactics that were employed. So dumating po dun sa punto na nagkainitan at maintindihan ko rin po na kung kailangan pusasan, dahil po hindi naman ho yun ang ultimate na objective niya. Nakiusap ho muna. Nung hindi po sumagot o tumugod dun sa pakiusap, dun na po umabot sa punto na kailangan na pong pusasan.
If I may, Madam Chair.
Pagkatapos sa posasan, ay sino po yun? Yes, sa Attorney Delgra. Matapos posasan, rinilis naman. Tapos sinakay sa eroplano, nagtataka ako paano nagkaganon. Ang gulo eh. So, Attorney Delgra, please.
Yes po, Madam Chair. I take exception to the statement PD Padulyon. Yung phrase na it's beyond my pay grade, I heard it from him. I heard it from General Torre and Yusek Nicolas T., whom the first time I met him was inside Villamor Air Base. I also talked to him separately at I appealed to him. Nakikita niyo muna kung anong ginagawa ni General Torre sa ating presidente. Disrespecting the president, tinatakot, no? We will do it the hard way or the easy way. We have invoking the medical emergency. We have invoking Article 59. At palagi yung sinasabi nitong tatlo na it's beyond their pay grade. Tell me it is not true, Prosecutor General Padulyon, that you told me that.
Prosecutor,
And then
please.
I asked you, whom will I talk to make sense of all what's happening inside Villamor Air Base? You cannot even tell me the name or any name for that matter na pwede kong kausapin.
May I
And
respond?
that's the reason why I take exception to what he's saying. And to say that may dilatory tactic, alas 2 ng hapon, 3 hours after we arrived there, the plane was not ready. So there was no delaying tactic.
Kaya tatanungin ko na naman si General Torre, please, para maliwanagan tayo. Ba't kayo nagmamadali na dalhin sa Hague at mababiolate ninyo yung Article 125 of the RPC? Ang ibig ba sabihin nun, warrantless arrest ang ginawa natin?
Ma'am, thank you very much for giving me that chance to clarify that 125 statement. Ang nakalagay, ma'am, sa arrested person and with a warrant, deliver to the judicial authority without delay. Yeah. So, ang sa akin, ma'am, is wala lang tayong yardstick.
Anong po yung binabasa ninyo?
We're stating
yung
that
Article 125, puro warrantless lang.
Yes, ma'am.
Ano yung reglementary period? Pag warrantless lang, pag may warrant, hindi ganun.
Pag may warrant, ma'am, is to deliver to the judicial authority that issued that warrant without delay talaga yan, ma'am. So, wala akong yardstick kung paano ko i-define
Pero
without delay.
walang panahon, di ba?
Yes, ma'am.
Walang reglementary period.
Yes, ma'am.
So, sinasabi ninyo na nung first hearing na sinasabi ninyo may reglementary period, Tama
hindi
po ba
reglementary
yun o
period,
hindi?
ma'am. Ginawa lang
Sinabi
nating...
mo mamalasin tayo pag hindi natin ginawa yung trabaho sa reglementary period. Nanggaling sa iyo eh. Nagulat nga
That
ako
could
eh.
be a misstatement that I really thank you for giving me the chance to clarify. Because yung statement sa mga warrant, sa implementation ng warrant, ma'am,
Kasi tinanong pa
To
kita
the
eh,
delivery-
anong reglementary period? Nagulat ako eh. Anong period yon? Tapos sabi mo, Article 125. Nasa transcript po natin, page 205. Ano ba talaga? General Torre, please sagutin po ninyo, warrantless arrest ba to na may reglementary period? Or arrest with warrant, pero nagmamadali kayo dahil sa isang dahilan na hindi masabi?
am I going to answer, ma'am? You're asking me a question? Because I'm saying a while ago, and I think I was cut in the middle of the explanation, that I'm using that 125 just as a yardstick on how to I will look at the requirement of unreasonable. There's no reasonable
Ang sabi
delay
po ninyo,
supposedly
mamalasin tayo. Ayan mo, mamalasin. Did you
without
do that?
delay, which I did. Ang nagbigay ng warrant, ma'am, ay ang ICC. So, hindi man tayo nag-cooperate sa ICC, but we are cooperating with the Interpol. So, we assisted the Interpol in implementing the warrant. And dapat dalhin siya sa
Alam mo,
judicial
Senator
authority.
Bato, please.
Alam mo, General Torre, masyadong hirap intindihin yung kuan mo, yung justification mo. Hindi tayo nagko-cooperate sa ICC, pero nag-cooperate tayo sa Interpol. Anong basis ng Interpol, di ba, ang warrant ng ICC? So kung hindi mo na-recognize yung ICC, bakit mo sinunod yung pakiusap ng Interpol? Sabi mo, hindi nyo na-recognize yung ICC.
Sir, for that
Bakit mo
question,
sinunod yung request ng Interpol na napakadali na naman sabihin mo na, sorry, Interpol, we cannot implement that because we do not recognize the jurisdiction of ICC over
Sir.
this country.
Sir, may I? Mr. Senator, ang problema ho kasi dyan, 9851 refers to an international tribunal, not necessarily the ICC. So, for us to surrender him to an international tribunal is within the bounds of the law. Ang nangyari po kasi dito,
At then, sir,
nag-withdraw po tayo sa ICC.
Very clear sinabi mo.
Nag-withdraw po tayo sa ICC, pero hindi po natin nirepeal yung 9851. Kaya ho, andun pa rin po yung kamandag na 9851 para maging basis po ng arrest. Pero kung nag-withdraw tayo sa ICC at nirepeal natin ang 9851, wala po tayong problema. In the same way, na kung hindi tayo nag-withdraw sa ICC, entitled po sa extradition process ang presidente. Pero dahil nawala na po yung treaty with the ICC, ay hindi na po entitled sa extradition process. So yun po talaga yung nangyayari dito.
Kaya nga, you keep on citing RA 9851. Palagi yung sinasabi yan ang basis mo. Pero very clear naman na yung sinunod mo, yung ginawa ninyo ay binayulit ninyo yung konstitusyon. Ay, sabi mo nga kanina, kung may conflict ang konstitusyon at saka yung statutory law natin, nagpiprevail ang konstitusyon, bakit hindi nyo naisip na sundin ang konstitusyon? Binayulit yung Bill of Rights.
Yung 9851 po kasi, nire-recognize nga po ng 9851 ang International Tribunal. Nire-recognize niya po eh. And it's something that was forgotten in the process of withdrawing from the ICC. Kaya naiwan po yun eh. That's why that option remained for the government to surrender the former president. Pero kung hindi po tayo nag-withdraw sa ICC, ganun din po, he would have been entitled to Article 59 process of the judicial process. Iba-validate po sa court yung warrant.
Alam mo sir, ito ibabalik ko sa iyo yung sinasabi mo. In July 2023, you mentioned in one of your interviews that if the ICC will come to the Philippines, you will consider it as usurpation of authority of the Philippine government and violation of Philippine laws. What are the laws you have in mind during the interview
ito ho
that
yan,
might be violated by the ICC?
Kasi pagpapasok ko sila rito at preparesahin nila mag-imbestiga, then they will be usurping the power of the DOJ. Or marami ho talaga mava-violate na usurpation of authority po ang mangyayari dyan. Kaya nga, ano nga ang nangyayari po dito, ang ICC po ay hindi talaga ang kanilang kapangyarihan ay naiwan lamang sa individual at hindi po sa state. Hanggang ngayon po wala silang power over our state. Ang Pilipinas po ay hindi saklaw sa ICC. Dahil nag-withdraw po tayo sa ICC. Pero yun na rin po ang dahilan kung bakit ang Pangulong Duterte ay hindi po kayang i-invoke itong provision ng ICC tungkol sa Article 59 sapagkat nag-withdraw tayo sa ICC, so wala na ho tayong treaty with the ICC. So hindi na ho applicable yun sa atin.
Alam mo sir, ikaw pilit mong hinihiwalay, Madam Chair, yung tao at saka yung state. 'Di ba? Hinihiwalay mo palagi.
Opo. Kasi may ICJ po eh.
Can you define
Kasi
a
ang
state?
ICJ po for the state.
Sandali lang sir. What is a state? Ano ang elements ng state? 'Di ba? Ang element ng state is territory, people, sovereignty, ano yung pang-apat? Government. Oh. So yan ang state. Ngayon, bakit mo ihiwala yung population? Diyan sa
Kasi
state na yan.
wala hong power over government
walang state
natin.
kung walang population.
Wala hong power ang ICC over our government.
O kaya
Kasi
nga,
wala na ho tayong treaty eh.
over our state.
Kasi nag-withdraw po si President Duterte sa ICC na wala na po ang pwede nilang gamitin na kinakailangan pong dumaan po sa korte dahil nga may treaty. Kaya nga hindi ma-invoke ang extradition eh. Yung nga ho yung naging dilema rito. Yung naging gamot ay naging problema.
Bakit mo sinurrender? Kung hindi nga ma-extradite, isurrender mo
May
pa.
warrant of arrest po eh. May warrant of arrest po over the individual.
Sabi mo naman, hindi natin recognize yung jurisdiction ng ICC. Kung mag-issue sila ng warrant, bakit mo i-implement?